Hello students, let's start with this question. This is one of the question on the sitting arrangement of the circular sitting arrangement where there is the 8 persons and they are the captain of 8 countries, different countries, and they are sitting around a circular table and facing toward the center. So let's first draw the circle here and draw the 8 person here. Okay, we draw the 8 person here. Now first statement is saying P sits third to the left of Sri Lankan captain. Take any position, take any of the arbit position and just put it like this. Sri Lanka is sitting here and third to the left of Sri Lanka is 1 2 3. P would come here, so you can put Sri Lanka at any position. At initial you can put anyone at any position. For example, you can put Sri Lanka here. In that case P would come at this position. Whatever you want to do, you can do that thing. Okay, so now taking this statement into the account, now let's go to the next statement. Only 2% sits between T and W. Okay, you cannot say anything about this. You cannot directly use this equation because T can come here, then W will come here. T can come here, then W will come here. So you cannot say anything about this thing. By reading this statement, there are lots of possibility where T and W will come. So leave that statement or write in a coordinate form like this: T to W. Okay, so that is there are 2% between T and W. Now next statement is saying neither T nor W is immediate neighbor of P. Okay, so that means neither T and W cannot come at this position, which has been represented like this, or TW cannot come at this position, which has been represented like this. Similarly, at this position also T and W will not come, which can be very much represented with the next statement, that is neither T nor W is the captain of Sri Lanka. Okay, so taking all this statement into the account and the previous statement which we are not able to represent into the figure, taking all this figure into the account, we can come up where the T and W will come. So let's take the example. So available position for T and W, let's start from here. T can come at this position. If T is coming at this position, W has to come at this position because there is a 2% difference between T and W. If T is coming at this position, W has to come at this position or this position. Okay, so but here and here W cannot come as per our previous statement, so T cannot come at this position. Okay, so one thing is that T cannot come at this position. Now let's say T will come at this position. Okay, if T will come at this position, then the possibility is that if T is coming at this position, W can come at 1 2 at this position, which is not possible because P is sitting already here. Another thing is that W is sitting at this position. Okay, so if T is coming at this position, there is a possibility that W is coming at this position. One thing you should remember, there is a 2% difference between T and W. It's not talking about it's a right of T is right of W or T is left of W. Okay, so this is the one thing. Now another possibility, if we can take T at this position, of course that if T is at this position, W has to come at this position or this position as per this condition of 2% difference. So T cannot come at this position because W is not available here. So next T cannot come at this position because already has been told. Now next is T can come this position. Yes, T can come at this position. If you look at, if T is coming at this position, then W has to come at this position, which is not possible, or W has to come this position, which is another possibility. So now taking care into this account, what we can say that T and W, what we can say that T and W will come either at this position or at this position, which I just represented like this: T slash W or W slash T. Now next statement is saying, okay, so up till this point everything has to be taken into the account. Now one more thing is that after taking all the things into the account, as soon as you are able to write all the condition into the means all the condition you are able to represent into the figure, just strike out those condition like this. Strike out this condition because already this condition has been satisfied by this given figure. Okay, so now let's go forward. The captain of South Africa sits second to the left of S, second to the right of S. We cannot say anything about because S can come at any position as per these conditions. So either you leave this statement or just put it like a coordinate form. As there is a 1% between S and South Africa captain, only then the South African captain would be second to the S, and it is towards the right. That's why this arrow sign has been written like this. Okay, so just leave this condition presently. Next, S is not an immediate neighbor of P. That means S cannot come at this position, nor it can come at this position. So this has been done like this. Okay, now next statement is saying S is not a Sri Lankan captain. Okay, S cannot come at this position as well. Now further it has been said that P is not a South African captain. Okay, so something has been again said about the South African captain. So we can say that South African captain cannot come at this position. Okay, so we can just write it like this: South African captain cannot come at this position. Now can we use this statement to fix the position of S or South African captain? Let's look at this. So your S can come. Now present available position for S is only two position. One is this, one is this. Okay, because here S cannot come, here S cannot come, here already T and W is here, S cannot come here, here already P is there, here S cannot come. So the available position for S is only this and this. So what you can do, just put S here, okay, and look at where the South African captain come. So if S is here, if S is here, towards right of S would be this position. Okay, so toward right of S is this, and South Africa will come somewhere here, which is not possible. As per given condition, South African captain cannot come at this position, so S cannot come this position. So only available position for S is this one, and South African captain would come somewhere here. Okay, so this is the thing. So what you can do, you can just I just erase the things, and what would happen here, that S will come at this position and South African come at this position, and of course that South African cannot come at the P position. That condition is no more required because South Africa position is fixed now. Now S is not an immediate neighbor of P. We have taken this into the account. We have taken Australia captainship. Now this is the next line which we need to take into the account. Now what is it written, that Australian captain should sit third to the left of V. Now what is the available position for V? This is one of the available position for the V. This is another available position V position for the V, and this is the next available position for. There is only three position which is available for the V, because all other position either occupied or okay, all other position are occupied. Okay, so now, but you cannot say anything about this because Australia captain sit third to the left of V. If V is here, third to the left of V, so left of V is nothing but 1, 2, 3. Here V cannot come. Okay, so V cannot come here. Why? Because V, if V is sitting here, then third to the left of V, 1, 2, 3. Here already South African captain is there, Australian captain cannot come here. So V is not possible here. So if V is coming here, so if V is coming here, then 1, 2, 3. Then here the Australia should come. Okay, so this is a very much possible thing. And if V is coming here, then left of V, 1, 2, 3. Now here Australia should come. Okay, we don't know where the V come. So V position is can be here or it can be here. So for time being, what you will do, just leave this information. Because again it will may become little hurdle. So now let's go to the next statement. Okay, so for example, you can put a code for it. What type of code? I mean, just a code you can put. Okay, so one thing I forgot to done here, that this should be strikeout. Okay, this should be strikeout. Okay, so now next statement is saying that okay, this is strike out. Now next statement is saying that Australian and Sri Lankan captain are not immediate neighbor. Okay, so if you know that if V was coming here, Australia was coming here. Okay, so something again has been said about the Australian, so you should again revisit this statement. Okay, so what you will do, you know that if V is coming here, Australia has to come here, and this become a neighbor, and which is not possible, or not an immediate neighbor. So what would happen? V has to come here. So V has to come here. If V is coming here, then Australia has to come 1, 2, 3. Australia has to come here. Okay, so this is in this way V and Australian has to come here. In this way we have fixed the position of V and Australia as well. Now let's go to the next statement. One person sits between S and Indian captain. This is the, you can easily say S is there, then there should be only one person between S and Indian captain. So Indian captain should come at this position, but of course there is already South Africa is there, so no question of having the Indian captain here. So Indian captain has to come at this position. So Indian captain is coming at this position, S is coming here. So you are getting the point, that this information, by this information can say that this would be the Indian captain thing. Now captain of Pakistan and New Zealand are immediate neighbor. That means Pakistan, and because this is the only available position which is vacant, where the Pakistan and your New Zealand come together. Okay, so because here the Pakistan New Zealand will not able to come together if we put any one of them here. Similarly this position is also cannot be at this position, also Pakistan New Zealand cannot come. So here the Pakistan New Zealand will come. So for time being we cannot say whether Pakistan will come at this position or this position. For that we are stopping for a minute or pausing those information for a minute. Now next is S is not a captain of New Zealand. No, now thing is clear, S is not a captain of New Zealand, so New Zealand has to come here and Pakistan has to come here. So this must have been written like this. So now, so this statement has been taken into the account. Till now everything has been taken into the account into this figure. Now only one person sit between Q and captain of England. So Q and captain of England, that means Q, the available position for Q is this and this. Okay, and available position of captain of England is this one and this one. Okay, now it is saying that one person sit between the Q and captain of England. So it is very much clear, if captain of England is coming here, then Q has to come here. If Captain England come is here, Q has to come here. So here Q cannot come. That is very much evident. But we don't know where the thing will be. So let's proceed further. Captain of England is immediate neighbor of X. Now things will be very much clear, because now here the captain of, if the Captain of England is coming here, then X has to be immediate neighbor, so X has to come either at this position or this position. But we know that with a given figure X cannot come at this, because this is already occupied by T and W, it's already occupied by P. So thing is clear that England has to come here, England captain has to come here, and X has to come here. Okay, then as soon as England will come here, then Q has to come at this position. Same has been written here. I will just erase it thing. So England captain has to come at this position. As soon as England captain is coming at this position, you have to have a X here, because it has been written that Captain of England and X is a immediate neighbor here. Okay, so X has to come here, because X cannot come here because P is already here. So now Q has to come at this position. Okay, so Q has to come at this position. This is a Q position. Now what we have to do, still arrangement is not fully completed. Now R, we have not placed R anywhere. Okay, so R has to come here, but prior to that, let's look at this, that W and Q are not immediate neighbor. Now W and Q are not immediate, that means W cannot come here. So strike out W here from here. Okay, so we have to strike out W from here and here as well. So here we will strike out T. Another thing is that we will put whatever the leftover person, that is R is leftover person, so R will come here. And West Indies, there is no country, West Indies has been marked here, so West Indies has to come at this position. Okay, so W will remove here and T will remove here. So your final arrangement will look something like this. Okay, this is what would be your final arrangement will look like. Okay, so now you can, if you have made this arrangement, you can easily answer all of the question on basis of this sitting arrangement. For example, the question of this quiz may be something like this: who is the neighbor of both South Africa and Pakistan? It's a W is the neighbor of both South Africa and Pakistan. This type of question may be asked, but main challenge is to make up a appropriate sitting arrangement. Okay.